Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope that you are all fine. I am Mrs. Noreen Akhtar, your teacher for the subject chemistry. Students, as we are on chapter 12, so our today's topic from the chapter is about the physical and chemical properties of the alkenes. First of all, we will discuss the physical properties of the alkenes. The most important physical property of the alkene is that they are unsaturated hydrocarbons. Why? Hydrocarbon means containing carbon and hydrogen as the main element, and the unsaturation is just because of the carbon to carbon double bond which is present in the alkene, and this carbon to carbon double bond makes alkenes unsaturated hydrocarbons, while in the case of the alkanes we are just having carbon to carbon single bond, so the alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons and the alkenes are unsaturated hydrocarbons. This secondly, we can say that about the physical traits of the alkenes, that first three members of the alkene series, which can be named as ethene, propene, and butene, these are found in the gaseous state, and the alkenes are having the carbon atoms ranging from 5 to 15. They are found in the liquid state, and the higher members of the alkene series are in the solid state. It means that as the number of the carbon atom increases, the physical state of the alkenes changes from gaseous towards the solid. And another more important physical property of the alkane is the insolubility in water. We know the principle of solubility, which is like dissolves like. So according to this principle, as water is inorganic in nature because there is no carbon atom in water, that is why it is inorganic, and in the alkenes they are hydrocarbons containing carbon as a main constituent element, that is why alkenes are organic in nature. So water and the alkenes are having dissimilar nature, and this dissimilar nature makes them insoluble with each other. That is why we say that the alkenes are insoluble in water. Now coming towards the chemical properties of the alkanes. Alkenes basically undergo addition reactions. Why they undergo addition reactions? Because there is carbon to carbon double bond, unlike alkanes which are having carbon to carbon single bond. That is why alkanes do not undergo addition reaction. Instead they undergo the substitution reactions, while the alkenes are having unsaturation due to the presence of carbon to carbon double bond, and due to this unsaturation they undergo the addition reactions. We can add different chemical compounds. For example, if we are adding hydrogen across carbon to carbon double bond, then it will be called as hydrogenation reaction. And if we add halogen across carbon to carbon double bond, it will be halogenation reaction. And moreover, alkenes also undergo polymerization reactions and the oxidation reactions. And we will also study about the combustion reactions of the alkenes. Chemical properties of the alkenes. Chemical properties of the alkenes can be named as that alkenes can undergo combustion reactions, addition reactions, and polymerization reactions. We know that during the combustion reactions, whenever the full supply of oxygen is there, then the complete combustion will take place, in which carbon dioxide and water will be the main products. And if the limited supply of oxygen is there, then alkene will undergo incomplete combustion, and as a result, instead of CO2 we will obtain carbon or carbon monoxide. Moreover, the combustion reactions of the alkanes produce more soot and sparkle than alkanes. So that means more energy is produced in the combustion reactions of alkenes. Now coming towards the addition reactions of the alkenes. These can be halogenation reactions, or we can add halogens, hydrogen, hydrogen halide, water, and KMnO4 acidified. Addition of halogen. When halogen is added, alkane produces halogenoalkane as shown in the general and the specific equation. And the additions of hydrogen across carbon to carbon double bond in alkene produce alkane as a main product as shown in the equations. That is ethane after reacting with hydrogen produce ethane. Additions of hydrogen halide will produce halogenoalkane. It is just opposite to the dehydrohalogenation reaction. The addition of water in alkene will produce alcohol, and this reaction is just opposite to the dehydration of alcohol that we have studied in our previous lecture. And similarly, the alkene can react with acidified potassium manganate solution to produce an alcohol which is called diol, having 2 hydroxyl group. Moreover, alkenes can undergo polymerization reactions, and polymerization reactions always produce polymers, and polymers, here the term polymer, poly means many, mers mean part. So in the polymers we are having the repeating units. For example, in this reaction you can see that ethane has undergone the polymerization reactions, and after the reaction it has produced polyethene, and in polyethene you can see the repeating units of CH2. That is why it is called a polymer. So the alkenes can undergo addition reactions with different chemical compounds. Coming towards the halogenation reactions of alkenes, here halogenation reactions of additions of bromine and chlorine across carbon to carbon double bond in alkenes will be studied. This is the equation showing the reaction of bromine with ethene. In this equation, students, you can see that there is a carbon to carbon double bond in ethene, and that is why whenever it will react with bromine, it will undergo bromination or addition reaction of bromine and will produce a product which will contain the bromine's atom added across carbon to carbon double bond, and it will be named as 1,2-dibromoethane. What will happen in this reaction, that cleavage of the bromine molecule, that is bond between the two bromine atom, will take place, and this bond will also be broken up, and after the cleavage of the bonds, this bromine will be added with carbon atom, and this bromine will be added with this carbon atom, and after the reaction of bromine with ethene, which is colorless, and bromine is reddish brown in color, resultantly we will obtain the product which is called 1,2-dibromoethane. Why it is called 1,2-dibromoethane? Because this bromine is present at a carbon which can be mentioned as position 1, and the second bromine is present at carbon number 2. So we are having the 2 bromines, so their position is 1 and 2. So in the name we have written 1,2-dibromoethane. Here, students, you can see the reactions of bromine with alkanes and alkenes in more detail. This is the structure formula of ethene, in which you can see the carbon to carbon double bond is present, and with the bromination reaction, the breakage of the bond will take place, and bromine will be added across carbon to carbon double bond breakage after the breakage of the bond, and resultantly we will obtain 1,2-dibromoethane as shown in the structure formula. You can see it here very easily. This is the structure formula of ethane, in which bromination cannot be carried out, and mentioning the two chemical compounds into different test tube, whether they are saturated or unsaturated, will be clearly done by just doing the reactions of bromine, that is the bromination reaction with the alkene. Here you can see that bromine molecule, after the breakage or cleavage of the bond, it can be easily added across carbon to carbon double bond which is present here, that is the cleavage of the bond, double bond between the carbon to carbon in the alkene. Here the hexane is being used, will take place, and the bromine molecule after the cleavage of the bond will easily be added across carbon to carbon double bond as shown here. So the addition of bromine across carbon to carbon double bond will lead to the discoloring of the bromine after the reaction, that you can see here very easily. But in the case of the saturated hydrocarbon, that is alkane, the bromination reaction cannot be carried out. You can see it here, that bromine, whenever it tries to react with alkane, it cannot be added, and that is why the reaction of bromine with alkane will not lead to the discoloring. But in the case of the alkene, after the addition of bromine across carbon to carbon double bond, it will lead to the discoloring of the bromine water, that is bromine water is brownish in color, so it will disappear, the color will disappear in the case of if we are having the alkenes, unsaturated hydrocarbons. And if we are not having the unsaturation, then what will happen, that the color of the bromine will not disappear, students. Here you can see the practical in which the ethane is being reacted with bromine, and the color of the brown color of the bromine will disappear after the reaction. We can carry out the halogenation reactions by using the different halogens that we are having. Halogens: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Here we are showing the different structural formulas of different alkenes, and after the reaction with halogens, halogenation reaction will take place, and this is the type of the additional reaction. The additions of fluorine across carbon to carbon double bond is not very useful. Why? Because the fluorine is very small in size and it is very electronegative. It will be difficult to do the addition of fluorine across carbon to carbon double bond, but we can carry out the additional reactions of halogens by using the chlorine, bromine, and iodine. The green balls indicate the chlorine molecule, and after the addition we will obtain the dichloroethane, and after the addition of bromine we can obtain the product dibromoethane, and with iodine diiodoethane. And here the trend is being shown. The chlorine will show the quickest result and the iodine will show the slowest results, because electronegativity decreases down the group and size also decreases from left to right. Both these factors are responsible for the easiness that will take place between the reactions of halogens and alkenes. This is your extension task. Now you can see that if we are carrying out the reaction of halogenation with any hydrocarbon, for example here we are having alkane in one test tube and alkene in another, then the discoloring of the bromine will take place in the case of the alkene, while in the case of the alkane the color will not disappear. And so we can use this test as a confirmatory or identification test to find out whether the given hydrocarbon is saturated one or unsaturated. If it is unsaturated, then the color of the bromine will disappear, as for example as shown here. And if the given hydrocarbon is saturated one, then the color of the bromine will not disappear. Here the chemical equation shows the reactions of chlorine with ethene. Students, you can see that there is carbon to carbon double bond, and definitely the breakage of this bond will take place where during the halogenation reaction this bond will also be broken up, and after the breakage of the bond, what will happen, that this chlorine will be added at this carbon atom, and this chlorine will be added at this carbon atom. So resultantly what we will obtain, we will obtain one two dichloroethane. Chlorine is at position 1 carbon, and this chlorine is at carbon number 2, so its name will be 1,2 dichloroethane. After the reactions of halogen, that is chlorine with ethene, we will obtain this product. Now coming towards the second reactions of the alkenes, which is oxidation reaction. In the oxidation reaction, before going towards the reaction, we will define what is oxidation. You have studied the oxidation in detail in your 9th class. Here the oxidation can be defined as gain of oxygen. The positive sign indicates the gain of oxygen. I am writing it again. So this is oxygen, and it can be defined as loss of hydrogen from a compound, or it can be defined as loss of electrons. So all these three, that is the gain of oxygen, loss of hydrogen, or loss of electron, can be used as that these will indicate the oxidation reactions. Any one of these conditions will be applicable, then the reaction will be oxidation 1. So here the oxidations of the alkenes will be carried out by using acidified KMnO4 solution, that is potassium manganate solution we will use for the oxidation reactions of the alkenes. Students, here I am showing you the reaction of alkene, that is ethene, with acidified KMnO4 solution. The presence of hydrogen ions indicate that this KMnO4 solution is in the acidified condition, and here what will happen, that it will serve as oxidizing agent, that it will provide oxygen, and this will be added across carbon to carbon double bond here. And after the reaction of acidified KMnO4 with ethene, what we will have obtained, we have obtained ethane 1,2-diol. Why it is called a diol? Because the two hydroxyl groups are present here in the product, so it is called a diol. So this is an oxidation reaction as written here. This is an oxidation reaction. OH group will be added across the carbon to carbon double bond. That is why it will lead to the formation of a diol, and the solution turns colorless from purple. Students, KMnO4 is purple in color, and whenever it will react with ethene, that is an unsaturated hydrocarbon, the purple color of the solution will disappear, and this indicates that we can use this reaction as alternative test to find out or to detect the presence of carbon to carbon double bond. Why? Because why it is called an alternative test? Because We have earlier discussed that bromination or halogenation reaction of bromine across carbon to carbon double bond can be useful as identifying whether the given hydrocarbon is saturated one or unsaturated one. In the case of unsaturation, the brown color of the bromine will disappear, while in the case of the saturated hydrocarbons, the brown color of the bromine will not disappear. So we can say that the bromination can be used as identification for the alkenes or alkynes, because alkynes are also having the carbon to carbon triple bond, that is unsaturated hydrocarbons. And in this case the purple color of the KMnO4 also disappears, so we can use this reaction as a test for the identification of unsaturated hydrocarbons, because the discoloring of the purple color will indicate that there is carbon to carbon double bond is present, so the given hydrocarbon is unsaturated one. In this pictorial description you can see that we are having the ethene, that is carbon to carbon double bond, and after reaction with KMnO4, here we are having the KMnO4 solution, we will obtain the product which can be called as 1,2-diol, that is ethane 1,2-diol. Here the two hydroxyl groups are present, and one at carbon number 1 and other hydroxyl group as carbon number 2. That is why I am again mentioning the position, that is carbon 1 and carbon 2. So this hydroxyl group is present at carbon number 1 and this is present at carbon number 2. So it is a diol. Which diol? Ethane 1,2-diol. And here you can easily see that the purple color of KMnO4 become disappear after reaction with ethene. So we can you can easily see here in the picture that the discoloring of the KMnO4 solution has taken place. So this reaction can also be used as alternative test for the presence of carbon to carbon double bond. Here students, I am showing you the practical in which you can see the reaction of KMnO4 with ethene, and after the reaction the discoloring of the KMnO4 solution will take place. Here we are using an alkene and KMnO4 is becoming colorless after it has been reacted with alkene. So after the reaction what we will have obtained, we will have obtained the suspension of MnO2 which is brownish in color instead of purple color. So this reaction can be used as identification reaction, because the discoloring of the purple color of KMnO4 solution has taken place after the reaction of acidified KMnO4 with an alkene, that is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Students, I hope that you have understood your topic. Here is your assignment. Your question number 1 is differentiate between addition reactions and substitution reactions. Students, we have completed our topics about the alkanes and alkenes. And alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons. There are all carbon to carbon single bonds, while the alkenes are unsaturated hydrocarbons with carbon to carbon double bond. So now you can easily do the differentiation between the addition reactions and substitution reactions of the alkanes and alkenes. You will do the comparison in the form of a column, and in the second question there are the reactions that you have to complete, and you will write down the balanced chemical equations, and you will mention the conditions on the arrow if any condition is applicable. Thank you. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.